Donald Trump once made a secret demand. He wanted the United States to take control of Canada's most important seaports. This came at a time when America's supply chains were fragile and strained, but Canada's Prime Minister, Mark Carney, didn't just negotiate. He flatly rejected the idea. He slammed the door shut. This single act of defiance set off a chain reaction. It has reshaped North American power and delivered a direct blow to the U.S. economy. This is the story of how a trade war backfired spectacularly. For years, President Trump's strategy was based on tariffs. He placed heavy taxes on Canadian goods like steel, aluminum, and lumber. The goal was to protect American jobs and force Canada to follow U.S. rules. But the plan backfired. Instead of giving in, Canada fought back with its own tariffs. More importantly, Canada decided it could no longer rely on its neighbor. So the government launched a massive plan for independence. They are pouring billions of dollars into upgrading their own ports, like the Contrecoeur terminal in Montreal. They are even reviving the remote Churchill port in Manitoba. The mission is clear: to ship Canadian energy and minerals directly to Europe and Asia, completely bypassing the United States. The consequences are already hitting American industries hard. Mines in states like Arizona and West Virginia are losing business. International buyers are now choosing to buy minerals through Canada instead. The American coal industry is suffering as Canada prepares to export its own liquefied natural gas to eager European markets. The pain spreads further. U.S. auto manufacturers and tech companies are facing higher costs and shortages. The minerals they need for cars and smartphones are now being shipped directly overseas from Canadian ports. For the average American, this means one thing: higher prices. The very workers Trump promised to protect are now facing layoffs and rising costs. The biggest impact, however, is on the world stage. While the U.S. was making demands, Canada's Prime Minister was busy in Europe. He signed new trade deals with countries like Germany and Latvia. European nations, desperate for stable energy after the war in Ukraine, now see Canada as a reliable and predictable partner. This is a major problem for Washington. For decades, the U.S. held immense power because global trade in North America had to go through its ports. Now, Canada is building a parallel system. This shift weakens America's economic and diplomatic leverage. Rivals like China are watching closely, seeing a new way to bypass the U.S. entirely by working directly with Canada. The United States is now in a difficult position. Imposing more tariffs would only hurt American farmers and businesses that depend on selling goods to Canada. Diplomatic pressure has already failed. The infrastructure Canada is building, the ports, the rail lines, will last for generations. This new trade reality cannot be easily undone by any future U.S. president. The door that Prime Minister Carney closed on Trump's demand is not likely to reopen. What was meant to be a show of American strength has instead sparked Canada's independence. The message is unmistakable. Canada will no longer be just an extension of the U.S. economy. It has chosen its own path as a direct link between North America and the rest of the world. This confrontation has redrawn the map of global trade. And for the first time in a long time, the United States finds itself on the sidelines, watching its influence slip away.